Hello there, internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to play some competitive Poros. Yes, you heard me right. We are going to feature Por Demacia, which is a very bad pun. I mean, it's not that bad if you know a little bit of Spanish. Then it kind of like, it holds its ground a little bit better. I stick by it. I like that for the name of this deck. This is not the first time that I approach an attempt at an archetype like this. About a month ago, more or less, I showcased a video called LUX's Aurora Borealis, and this is the same concept. I really believe that LUX is the ideal champion to mix Freljord Poros with, and the main reason why is because the strongest tool Poro's got, besides the recent change to BRAUM as a champion naturally, is Aurora Borealis. If you think about it, Aurora Borealis is a very powerful draw effect. You're paying 6 mana, but at burst speed, you're basically getting 4 cards. It's as if you're drawing 4 cards, but of course there are 4 specific types of cards, right? But even though this may hinder the overall power level and the ability to run this card in any deck that you wish, it gives you really strong value. And it is predictable value on top of that. I actually wish Legends of Runeterra had more cards like these. These are cards that scream, demand synergy in order to work. And I feel like we could use more tools like these as more archetypes eventually flourish with new expansions, right? I think Aurora Borealis is a very neatly designed card, and I really like the idea of mixing it with Lux to make up for the sacrifice of tempo when we're going for it. Now, Aurora Borealis got buffed recently in a balance patch, a couple of balance patches ago, actually. It went from 7 mana to 6 mana, or no, was it this most recent balance patch? I believe it was, actually. Never mind. This most recent balance patch, Aurora Borealis went from 7 mana to 6. Massive difference that does not hinder its potential synergy with the likes of Lux and the Mage Seeker Persuader, which I really, really like. As you can see in this deck, we're running a full set of Aurora Borealis alongside back-to-back. Both of them are 6 mana and both of them are burst speed, which allow us to go for this play and immediately level up Lux and generate a final spark that we can potentially even cast without passing over initiative to the opponent, as we either do that or we declare an attack instead. I think this is very, very valuable, and this works so well with Lux that this may very well be one of, if not the strongest deck that combines Freljord and Demacia as regions, which is not really a common region combination that you're used to seeing in standard Runeterra metagames, as we generally see Demacia being more paired with the likes of Ionia or potentially Bilgewater recently because of the Misfortunes Aggro scout decks, and Freljord is seen, with Noxus, with Shadow Isles, and even potentially with Bilgewater as well. But Demacia and Freljord have not really gotten along super well in the past. There have been attempts at it in prior metas with Fiora and Ashe support, as they both technically work really well together, but combining these two regions has led to numerous weaknesses that I think, in a way, this deck does a very good job at patching. One of the biggest weaknesses of combining Demacia and Freljord is lack of reliable card draw, right? Which we certainly do have in an archetype like this, thanks to Aurora Borealis. On top of that, we do have single combat, one of the best, or one of the main reasons rather, to play Demacia as a region, in my opinion. And on top of this, we have Fury of the North alongside back-to-back with potential Relentless Pursuit, aka Rally support. Rally support with a Poro strategy is, I feel, what really, pushes the deck over the edge and allows you to compete with some of the top-tier metagame decks out there. This deck is competitive. I went 7-1 with this deck in Masters rank in yesterday's stream. Yes, it's a small sample size. I'm not implying, automatically that this deck is a tier 1 deck or anything, but it is definitely competitive. 8 games is not really a bad sample size for like at least a good first impression of the build, and it just felt really good to me, man. I went 3-0 against Heimerdinger Vi, and basically just beat every top tier meta I could just run into. It was really impressive, and Relentless Pursuit definitely helped with that. The ability to work on a you know, very spread out board state and start buffing these Poros with the Poro snacks allows us to threaten a lot of damage with rally effects, especially when we're riding on temporary buffs from the likes of Fury North or back-to-back. I like being able to enable Lux immediately with these two, but I also like being able to leveling her up with a combination of Fury of the North into the likes of Single Combat or Poro snacks onto Relentless Pursuit. One of the things about building with Lux that you have to take into consideration is that the spells that you're running are going to enable her final sparks easily, right? And one of the ways to do so is either run 6 mana spells or 4 mana spells that work well with the 2 mana spells as well. You know, just make sure that your spell combos can add in 6, and they can do so in a fluid way. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but I think you know what I'm talking about here. So ultimately, we have a curve comprised of Poros early on. We got Lonely Poro and Plucky Poro with the Poro Herder on turn 2 with Mage Seeker Persuader, which is a really strong 2-drop in this sort of deck when we're running a total of 6 mana spells. Otherwise, a 2 mana 3/2 is not bad. It trades into Crimson Disciple, Elise, and other relevant, you know, 2-drops and 3-drops as well, like the Ballista from Noxus, the 4/3. Having 3 attackers at 2-drop is really valuable, and it makes him useful early on, but it can become pretty overpowered as we cast a 6 spell or a 6-drop spell later down the line in the game. And with the Challenger, it can really help us get very clean attacks and threaten a lot of damage with our boosts and our rally effects. As we curve out, we got your boy Kindly Tavern Keeper to give us a little bit of health so that we can survive more against aggressive decks. And then we got Mighty Poro and, of course, BRAUM. BRAUM with Fury of the North is just tremendous. We all know why at this point. The fact that BRAUM gives us an extra Poro is fantastic, as that empowers our Poro snacks. And that is the deck list right there, ladies and gentlemen. It flows really well. It actually does, and it felt super competitive against everything. I like that we have game against aggro, and I like that we have game against control. It's not easy to find and design a deck that is able to take on both archetypes, as they play extremely differently, right? Like one goes super fast and the other one goes super slow, right? So finding a deck that can take both on and have a flexible game plan is really, really neat. And that's what this deck has felt like for me. So hopefully you guys enjoy the games that I got for you today. I think they're pretty damn good. And you give it a spin. Try it out. I think you will not regret it. You know, very, very fun. Really neat champion combination. And just, you know, sometimes games can be a little bit tight as you run a little bit out of gas, despite the fact that you have a lot of card draw potential. Some control decks right now are really strong. So it's very easy to run out of steam. But as long as you got cards, this deck can keep coming and sometimes get you that clean clutch victory that feels oh so very good. So that's where I'm going to stop talking. Have a soul day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you like the matches, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm actually going to keep Lux. Lux is a card that I want to curve out into.
Where did that one run off to?
Oh wow. A thermal beam for a 2/3, I'll take it. Denounce magic.
Their guilt is evident.
There's the snacks.
The order rewards its faithful. They cannot hide.
Coming at ya!
Honestly, I
Also, in case you're actually thinking about banning me, I have set up multiple accounts and you turning off your donate button doesn't scare me since I'm a mastermind and can donate. Even on other accounts, even though I had to refresh 5 head.
This kind of feels...
Pushing my limits.
I wanted to go for the Poro snacks just so that I could preserve these 2 bodies.
Stand in judgment. You have no alibi.
You have no alibi!
A beacon in battle. You cannot escape.
Okay. Alright.
No more holding back.
Bam! Regeneration and quick attack. Alright. That's a little bit redundant, but I'll take it.
I don't need a plan. This.
Look at these thick poros. Look at these thick poros with their full bellies.
Down. Vi stands for vicious.
Cool story, girl. Thermogenic beam. Okay. Discarded Will of Ionia. I'm not going with an open attack.
What seems to be the problem?
My order is not random. I'm attacking with this guy first because unless he has a Spirit's... Okay, Spirit's Refuge kind of sucks here. But even if he does have that, we still easily represent lethal. There we go. Have you seen BG's version of BRAUM LUX Poros? I have not, no. So we definitely want to back out of these two. I mean, back to back is not bad, but we want an early curve. So we're gonna keep the Mage Seeker Persuader and we're gonna drop these two. I mean, back to back is not bad, but I'd rather make sure that I can find.
Oh, fluff everywhere.
I want to play this, just cycle through my deck.
No one's the wiser.
Where did they go off to?
Happy you're back. Glad you took your time to recharge, smiley face.
Oh, thank you, Noah.
Damn it.
Always chasing after this one. Denounce magic.
Denounce magic. Dude.
Take heart. We ride for Noxus. Let's show our friends. Lift my shield. I can barely keep up. Get ready, girl. It is easy, see?
Now we can potentially use BRAUM to block onto this.
Nothing but Noxian might.
Explosives primed.
Ride for Noxus. Stand behind BRAUM. You've gone and spoke them. Stay safe, my friend. I have my orders. This is what Demacia brings against Noxus.
I've seen more than my share of trouble.
Hit him where it hurts. Ride for Noxus.
I've been hiding my light too long!
Death by my hand.
Shine with me! Oh, I can't wait.
I actually made a mistake. Oh, never mind. But I did make. I should have kept. I should have stayed at 9 mana.
Come here, darling.
Eat up! Eat up, my boys! Got him! Got him, baby. Get Poro'd. How close is Bilgewater and Jag Taskmaster? I'm not sure I understand the question. Alright, this is the matchup in which we really want to capitalize on our rally effect. So we're going to keep the Relentless Pursuit in our opening hand. We're also going to... These are very powerful effects, but we are going to mulligan away. I'm going to keep one Fury of the North. Because I do want to have buffs. Because I do like... Back-to-back is actually a card that I want to see this game. As, you know, combined with Relentless Pursuit, that's where the true value is at. But I also need to draw units. Like, I need to generate a board before that happens.
They're out there.
I'll spot 'em.
Spot 'em.
We have to be wary of Withering Whale. So I'm going to pass here. Now we have Fury of the North backup in case our opponent wants to go for a Vile Feast. I can translate that into a big hit. I generally don't want to commit to this right now, but I will do just that. We go for the spooky Poro here.
Come on in.
Alright. And now we go BRAUM. Or maybe not. No, actually it depends, because if he goes BRAUM, okay.
How can BRAUM help?
about Darius players?
They're brilliant people. We need more of them in this world. Thank you. Can I get me some easies in the chat, please?
Left for a snack.
No, I'm here, bro. I'm here. Just marital stuff. Developing the Poro.
BRAUM is on the job.
Alert the kitchen. We'll need more food.
My talons are frost, my wings the bitter winds.
And BRAUM is your wingman. First we fight. This is fun, yes? It is easy, see? I feel this, but we should be friends.
A beacon in battle.
Time for talking to. Good luck. Have fun.
Illuminate the enemy.
Do they need our help?
Better, brighter than before. Going to the light.
First we fight. Then you match my shield.
I protect this place. I will endure. Tomorrow belongs to you.
What will you have?
Eternal winter.
Is it the boosters?
Who knows? Let's play BRAUM now, so that if he wants to attack with an Anivia, he will give me a Mighty Poro, which I believe is something he's not really on board with doing.
Small and mighty.
I bring the storm. I protect this place.
Let's talk about your tab.
I need to threaten the relentless pursuit at all times here. Goes up to 6. So kill this though.
Return to us.
Let's soar.
Let's talk about your tab. Come back next time.
That egg. Did it move?
Fuck, just realized. Okay, never mind. Hound porn, I mean, this is pretty... No... I mean, it's an extra buff, but this gets me, like, really healthy, but it doesn't really matter, because ultimately, yeah, it's fine like this, I think. I would love to see a relentless pursuit.
Freljord's eternal guardian.
Or that. That works too.
You have to get me out of here.
I will endure.
Right now we have lethal, so our opponent has to do something.
The chill before the storm.
The harsh winds. Okay.
Tomorrow we rise anew.
Need to be able to go wider.
You can see the Demastian border from here.
Leave your backs in the door.
A new era begins.
And carved meat bigger than you.
What if he has double Fury of the North? How many Furies of the North has he played? None. I don't want to lose to double Fury of the North. I have a Purify for one Fury of the North, but I lose to another one.
Who's gonna close up?
Alert the village.
Those are some thick boys! the threat.
Let us get going.
We need to play around harsh winds. We need harsh winds, these two. It needs harsh winds.
Saved my subs for you coming back, BB. Welcome, love to see your smiling face gracing my work-filled mornings.
Thanks, buddy. Because if he has a ruination.
Where did that one run off?
Yeah, get a lonely Poro here. This lonely Poro just makes things rather simple. I need to keep this sinister Poro because if he does have a ruination, then it cannot be blocked by the Agnivias. Because yes, Agnivias can block because reasons. So I need to
Bury all in snow.
Did you get into the snacks?
Will be reborn.
Right, no more threats.
What will you have? A mug of your warmest milk, my friend.
Okay, so as of right now, my opponent no longer has Withering Wail enabled, which means that he can only have Vile Feast amongst other things, which means we are packing in the Daring Poro. Got him! Alright, Heimerdinger again. Very important for us to find Relentless Pursuit here, amongst other things. I do like the Lonely Poro, Mighty Poro. I'm going to drop the Lux for now, even though she is... I mean, I do like curving into Lux. I'm going to keep this hand, actually. Lux is a pretty vital component here, and I do need her to generate good value. We're not going to play the Daring Poro just yet. We're going to start floating our mana a little bit. The Dark Beckons. I could play the Mighty Poro, but we are at Thermogenic Beam range, and I don't like that, so I'm playing Persuader instead.
Mages can't hide from me.
Yeah, it definitely has a Thermo. Definitely's got a Thermo. We got the snacks.
Order rewards its faithful.
Sweet smell of science. I mean, that's what the single combats are for. He still gets the get excited out of it, right? Because is this card still bugged? Let's find out. Maybe it's not a bug, but
Unforeseen outcome. Rain from a cloudless sky. I will play my part.
Could play the snacks here. Poro snacks would allow me to trade into those two. I think it's a decent investment, though. I would like to be able to. No, this is fine.
Let the light guide you. Silent as death. Night falls.
BRAUM is on the job.
Pushing my limits. By the light. Master.
Best 3 months of my life, Mogwai heart. Keep up the good content, Mogwai Pog.
Thanks, man.
I will play my part.
Insolent cur.
Order, entropy, a never-ending cycle. Round and round it goes.
Always chasing after this one. What have I done? Stay out of there.
Beauty charms while claws take hold. A beacon in battle. Spring does not be winter.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Would it help if I apologized?
No. It's fine. It's a Heimer Vi player, Lux. No mercy. How do you identify combos in a deck? Vishnu Gupta, I'm not sure what you mean with your question. I'm gonna keep the single combat, and I'm gonna keep the rest of the hand because Fear of the North is very powerful in a mid-range war like this.
Can see the Nebastian border from here.
I'm not gonna play the Persuader to block into a 2-1. Like versus entry, it's just not gonna happen. Instead, I'm gonna float my mana, and I'm gonna opt to go with
Glad
the
to
Mighty
see
Poro.
you back. Hope you enjoyed your break, smiley face.
Oh, thank you, man. Smiley face. I do feel like playing Plucky Poro into Poro Herder, though. Because that way I get to send my deck out of Poros. So the earlier I do it, the better. It's the same mana investment as he's going for this.
Now, where did that one run off to?
A true Freljordian welcome.
No need to attack here. We just need to delay the matchup a little bit.
Take heart. Would you believe he once fit in my hand?
Let's go. This is fun, yes?
No. It's not fun.
We should be friends.
Oh wow, really? Get the fuck out of here, BRAUM! Get the fuck out of here. Alright. I think it would attack makes the most sense.
Where did they go off to?
Teeth big as tombstones. Mages can't hide from me.
I'm gonna develop the Persuader.
There! You gotta believe me.
I valued this. Getting great value. I'm gonna take that hit.
We can do this.
We can do this. Like, it could be running the Wolf Rider, but I like Prismatic Barrier here. I think this could be pretty valuable. Yeah.
I won't stand by.
Eyes blazing bright as torches.
For justice and all things bright.
Bar the doors.
Pushing my limits.
I'm playing a little bit aggressively here.
Is it the boosters? Who knows?
Ravenous Flock is something that I have in mind for Lux here. Like, something that
A
could
beacon
become...
through the dark.
Welcome for you.
But the moment he opts to go for it... Ooh, the snacks. Wish I had a Relentless Pursuit here. I really, really wish I had a Relentless Pursuit.
Come on in. Good times, good friend. What could be better?
We're going in with the Poros.
They're out there. I'll spot them.
Would you believe he once fit in my hand?
Let's spread out wide.
A chill in the air. I feel this by so. Show me your best. This one's on the house.
You've gone and spoken.
Going to the light.
Alert the village. Save the homestead. Stay safe, my friend. My cause is righteous.